Yay! For all the technically challenged people. Dumelo, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for helping me out with that. How's everybody doing? We are a little bit early. We said that we were going to start at 4 p.m. So I think let's give it a few more minutes for people to come into the room. Did you say your mom is here as well?
Mom's here.
Oh, I love that. Okay, that is so awesome. That is so awesome. Peladi, I see you. Jess's mom, welcome, welcome. Hey, Helene, Hope, I see you too. It is a Saturday. It is Valentine's Day. How's everybody's day been? How has everybody's day been?
It's very, very hot.
Right?
Yes.
I'm like melting, girlfriend. Gonna melt away while we have this conversation, this chat. We're just gonna like be melting over here. Oh, nice. I actually should have bought my water. So I'm glad you've got water, Jess. I'm glad you've got water. Eunice, I see that you are in the building. Malefa, I see that you are in the building as well. Love to see this. Happy Valentine's Day. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We're just giving it like another minute. Eunice says, what are we doing today? Eunice, we are chatting to our very own Jess today. That's what we're doing today. Nkosazana Sham, I see you. Cheryl's, I see you. Hey, hey, welcome to it, everybody. It is a Saturday. So first of all, happy Saturday. Second of all, happy Valentine's Day. And I'm hoping that everybody is good and that your day has been good. And if you're wondering what's going on here, we are going to be chatting to our very own Jess. So I'm just giving it like another 2 minutes for people to enter the room, and then we're going to start chatting. Eunice says, did you see? Eunice says, hi, Jess. Nice. Looking forward to it. And Nkosazana says, hi, fam. Hi. Hi, right back at you. Mrs. T, I see you. JP, I see you liking the live, and I appreciate it so much. Patsy, hey, hey, Patsy, welcome to it. So, hey, everybody, welcome to it. Love to see everybody. It is a Saturday. It is also Valentine's Day. And we are going to get started in about another minute. Just giving people some time just to pop into the room. Pop into the chat. Eunice, Lene, I see you. Mrs. T, I see you. Nkosazana Charmaine, hey, hey. Oh, awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff. So let me first set the scene and tell you guys how we got here, right? So I was live, I think sometime a couple of weeks ago, hey Jess, and I was just talking about how I wanted to start actually chatting to people. Helene says, proud of you, Jess. Yeah, we love our Jess. And I just said that, I really want to start chatting to people. I feel like we shouldn't wait for celebrities to start interviewing people. I think that each and every single person that we meet and that we come into contact with every single day has a beautiful story and has something that we can all learn from. And Jess was like, interview me. And that is how we are here. So first of all, for those that are if it's your very first time here, please do let me know if it's your very first time here, if it's the first time joining us live. So I'm Mia and I go live Monday to Friday, 6:45 in the morning. So that's my regular live time. And how I met Jess is, I think one Saturday, Jess, I went live and you joined my live and we started chatting. And this was probably like September last year, I think.
Quite a while ago. I think it was actually before that, maybe August.
Maybe August. Oh my gosh. So Jess joined me like in a live on a Saturday, and then I said to her, listen, I go live every day, 6:45. If you want to come join, come join. Anyway, Jess came and joined, I think, that very Monday and has been a part of the community since. So this is like interviewing a sister. This is like interviewing somebody that I feel the community knows. When I say the community, I mean like the regulars. So people that usually join me live every morning, 6:45, they are quite familiar with Jess. So when I go live, it's usually just my voice, but Jess is very active in the comments. She's always commenting. She's always helping out. I can't imagine going live without having Jess there. I think everyone in the community feels the same way. We feel like, where's our Jess? So I feel like when I say I'm chatting to Jess, I feel like, guys, I'm chatting to our Jess. Like, the Jess that we see and chat to absolutely every single day. So, Jess, first of all, I just want to say, yay! Yay, we are finally doing this. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to finally be going live and actually chatting to you. I'm so happy for everyone to hear your voice and to hear your story. You look amazing. You look beautiful. You are beautiful inside and out, right? So, guys, it is Valentine's Day today, and our theme for this specific conversation with Jess is all around choosing yourself. So that's what the theme is really all about. It's just choosing yourself. Jess has an incredible story. So we are going to get into it. So, Jess, obviously, I want to start and ask you to introduce yourself. So, we know you as our Jess. We know you as, oh my gosh, every time we come to a live, Jess, there you are. You are uplifting people. You have a positive mindset. But how would you like to introduce yourself? What would you like everyone to know about you?
Hi, I'm Jess, and I'm just somebody who really appreciates. Like, I love a deep connection. I love to uplift people. I love to, help people as far and as much as I can. I love it when people feel that they have my support and they can depend on my support. And
Yes.
that's just me. I love people, and I love, I guess.
Oh, I love that. And that's so fitting for Valentine's Day, hey? Like loving people, loving love. I love that. I really, really love that. So, you know this, Jess, because you're a regular, right? I always say that if you've woken up today, you have another chance at becoming, right? So if God has given you breath today, yay, you've got another chance at becoming. So on that sort of topic of becoming, Jess, who would you say you feel you are becoming, like in this season? Who are you becoming?
I think that I am becoming, a softer version. Maybe, that little girl that I once was before, all the hurts and all the one who cared, of the one who was always, available when needed to be available, the one that,
Yes.
yeah, the one that just uplifts. And I think I'm becoming that all the more every day. So, yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that you said a softer version of yourself, because I think that as women we need to return to like a softer version, right? So I love that you mentioned that. I wanted to ask you, so I know, Jess, and we'll get into it a little bit more, is that you obviously were in a relationship that wasn't great, right? It was almost like a GBV type of relationship. And we don't want to unpack it as in unpacking the trauma of it, right? Because you're in a new season and we want to actually celebrate the new season that you're in, right? So, my question for you now is, what does a safe and a soft life mean to you now, like in light of that experience and where you are now?
A soft and a safe life to me now means a place and an environment where I feel that I can be myself
Yes,
and I don't have to walk on eggshells or fit
yes,
into anybody's box that they want me to fit into, to be
yes.
able to express myself. To be able to express myself in general is what is a soft and a safe life for me.
I love that.
And to be able to be a girl,
Yes,
be be, fragile as
yes.
much as I need to be strong, because we need to be soft as well. And we don't need an environment where we can't be that.
Oh, love that. Love, 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 love that. I see a comment from Eunice. Eunice says, softer version is also a good, safe place to go. Absolutely. I think we both agree with you there, Eunice. If you've just joined us, like I see Doreen just joined, Minnie I just joined. If you've just joined us, welcome to it, guys. I'm chatting to our very own Jess today, and the theme for this conversation is all about choosing yourself. So it is the month of love, right? But loving ourselves also absolutely counts if it's not the most important thing. So if you've just joined and you're sort of like wondering what's going on, that's what's going on. So, Jess, I've got another question. What would you say brings you peace in this season that you find yourself in?
Well, most importantly, God brings me peace. His presence, being in His presence, brings me a
Mm,
lot of peace. I have a bad day. I open my Bible, which I have opened right here. I open in prayer. I put on some worship music. I just seek Him when I'm not feeling great, and
yes.
that gives me, this the feeling of safety that I think I need. And
Mm,
also, just becoming somebody, knowing that your story is, fixing who you feel you want to be, and fixing
yes.
the ideas that you have about yourself.
I love that. Okay, I absolutely love that. So I see a comment from Nkosazana Charmaine. Nkosazana says, choosing yourself is truly important. Absolutely. So Eunice has a question, and I love this question. She says, what shift in your mind to becoming the new you? Or maybe what shifted? What do you feel shifted in your mind to this Jess that we're looking at today? So if we think of how you obviously went from a relationship that wasn't a great relationship, right? And getting out until today, what do you think the shift was or helped you?
I think it was, the feeling that I was being something and someone that I was not, and
Mm,
that I did not want to be, and
yes,
just realizing that I am responsible for, myself.
yes.
Um, Other people can break you, other people can hurt you, but they're not going to fix you. And I think you need to shift from the victim mentality to the survivor mentality, because if you get out and you are alive, you are not a victim, you are indeed a survivor. And I think it was that shift for me from victim to survivor that helped me a lot.
Oh, I love that, from victim to survivor. Absolutely love that. I see that your sister's here, Bianca. Hey, Bianca, we see you. So she's saying that she's so proud of you. I love that. And JP's also here. So for those that don't know, I mean, people that are within the community, we know JP, right? So we know that Jess and JP are cousins. I love that you touched on God. I absolutely love that. I love that you touched on just that you obviously have a relationship with God, right? That you are leaning on God. So I love that you touched that, because sometimes I think people see us as strong, but they don't, you know what I mean? Like, we don't always say that, yeah, but I am, excuse me, because I have a relationship with God, right? And that's who I lean on. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So when you look back at your relationship, right, your GBV relationship that you came out of, I wanted to ask you, what do you think helped you choose yourself? Like, what was that, you know what I mean? Almost like that moment where you're like, I am choosing Jess. I am saying no. I am leaving.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, it was a very big moment. It was a moment between me and God where I was like, if you don't take my life, I'm gonna take it. If you
Oh,
don't do something, I'm gonna do something.
yes,
And
yes,
in that moment, I didn't realize that, he hurt me, because
yes,
I wasn't talking to him before that for a very long time. For
yes,
almost 3 years, I had not even spoken to the Lord. And I think in that moment it was like, either you do something or I do something.
sure.
And the very next day was when I left. So I think for
Wow.
me it was that point of reaching your absolute, lowest
Yes,
moment, where you were like, well, I don't want to go on like this. So either you help me, either I do it with you, Lord, or I'm not going to do it at all, because I don't want
yeah.
to keep living like.
Yes, yes. Okay. Well, I want to say I'm so glad that you definitely that you chose to leave, right? That you chose yourself in that moment, right? Eunice says rock bottom makes you or breaks you. I'm proud of you, Jess.
Thank
I
you.
love that. Thank you so much. I love that. Thanks for commenting on that, Eunice. Absolutely. What I wanted to say is, what was like that first step to sort of rebuilding yourself afterwards, right? And the reason why I'm saying rebuilding is obviously, like, when you land up in a relationship that's not great, it does sort of feel like you are losing yourself, right? Or you've lost yourself in that relationship. So what was rebuilding? What is that first step actually to sort of like, hey man, this is me, this is Jess, and I'm starting fresh.
Thank you for asking that. For me, it was a couple of months after leaving. I was just coming out of survival mode. I started doing nails and everything felt great, nothing was wrong. And then, you know, the PTSD, the trauma really
Yes.
started to come back to me. It all like I was out of fight or flight mode. I wasn't just, surviving. So things calmed down around me. My surroundings around me was calm
Yes.
to the
Yes.
point where I felt like I was going to go mad. So
Yes.
then everything started, the anxiety, the flashbacks, all that stress and anxiety started coming to me, to the surface.
Yeah.
And I remember I was very angry. I started becoming very angry at that time because I
Yeah.
stopped doing nails due to the fact that I couldn't even spend with one client any time with one client, and I felt overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I was angry. That was the phase for me that I really started getting angry at God
Yeah.
and at everything in the whole world. I think I was just angry at everything.
Yeah.
Where it was the point where my boyfriend had to take me like this, and he calmly said to me like, don't you think we maybe need to find you some help?
Yeah.
And that was the moment where things switched for me, because I knew that I needed help. I've
Yeah.
been telling myself that for quite a long time
Yeah.
before he said that, but hearing it from an external source, it was like,
Yeah.
I need to do something. And then I started going to a therapist,
Nice.
Zelda. If you
Nice.
ever saw, hi Zelda, thank you for helping me. And then she referred me to a psychiatrist as well, and I
Nice.
started on medication, and that was the
Nice.
first steps for me, first steps of getting better.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Okay, I absolutely love that. I love that you mentioned that you obviously did get help, right? You got help from a psychologist. You got help by seeing someone. And I think that's so important because sometimes people feel shame in thinking like, oh, I need to go to see a psychologist or a therapist. And if anyone hears anything from this, that it is absolutely okay to ask for help outside of yourself. And it's absolutely a good thing to go and see a therapist, see a psychologist, see a counselor, right? Like we don't
Very,
have
very
to,
necessary.
right? Like we
It's
don't have
I
to,
know that it's like, you don't need a head doctor, but you do. You do. You probably do. Just somebody you can talk to. It doesn't necessarily need to be a therapist or psychologist. It can be a pastor, or it can be a family member, as long as you just, take that first step of speaking to somebody that is not you.
oh, I love that. I love that. So just speaking up, hey? Um, absolutely love that. Eunice says, absolutely, you are not alone. Medication do help, especially if you had trauma in the past. Absolutely. And I think that we must remove any shame with needing to take medication, right? Um,
People need to realize it like very, very badly, because it saved my life at the time. Now that I left it a few months ago
yeah,
because I didn't feel the need for it anymore. But at that time, it was
yeah,
very, very essential for me to have it. And even though it does suppress emotions,
yeah,
at that time, when you're fixing yourself, suppressing your emotions can be helpful, because then you don't have that, 100% and
mm,
400% emotion streaming at you like all the time. You can just kind of focus and, be present in the moment and not
yeah.
overwhelmed by emotions, so that you can focus on what is the next step, what can I do to get better, what must I do from my side. Just helps you focus and, be present.
I love that. Focusing and being present. I love that. So I think, yeah, definitely, guys, if anyone is here, and maybe you are in a situation where you happen to, like, that's your season right now, where you are taking meds to help you through, just please to have no shame about it whatsoever, right? At any given point in our lives, we're all doing the absolute very best that we can do. And sometimes you might need that to help you, and that is absolutely okay. Like, don't feel shame about it. Don't feel shame about needing to speak to somebody if you also need to speak to somebody. I love that you touched on that, Jess. So my next question, Jess, is I want to ask you about your beliefs. So let's say obviously you left this relationship and you had to start working on your beliefs about yourself, right? What would you say the first belief that you had to start maybe working on and maybe even changing was?
Definitely that I am not worthy of love and that I
Oh,
do not love myself. But the
oh,
worthy of love was a very tough thing for me because you walk out of such a relationship feeling so much shame, so
yes,
much guilt, and
yes,
just feeling like, dirty and not worthy of any love whatsoever. What even to say
yeah,
about your own love, self love.
yes.
So that was one of the things I really, really focused on the most.
Okay. Alrighty. I love that. I love that. And I mean, I can imagine, right, being in such a situation that, of course, when you leave, you're struggling with that feeling of worthiness. So I completely get that. And Nkosazana Charmaine says, wow, worthy of love. Absolutely. Absolutely, right? So, Jace, I wanted to ask you, what does Valentine's Day mean to you? Like, in light of everything that you've been through, and here you are today in a brand new season. What does Valentine's Day mean to you?
Valentine's Day to me is more than just, romantic relationships or the feeling of love from other human beings. I mean, that is nice if you have it from somebody
Yes.
else, or if you have it, if you love yourself, that's perfect, that's great. But I think it's just to remember that it first started, the whole story of love. Also, it started with Jesus, and it started with
Mm,
God, and it started with his love for us that wasn't really like given with roses. It was given in the form of blood. And I think that is what love and Valentine's Day, it just reminds me of not only love, but the love that he has for us.
I love that. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. Oh, I love that. Love that, right? That it reminds you of much more, definitely of Jesus's love. I love, absolutely love that.
Love
Eunice
that
says,
most unconditional, love that there is. Nobody
yeah,
can love you like he loves you. And yeah, I think
I
that's
love that.
very.
Mm. I love that. Eunice says your past is such a testimony. It really is, Eunice. So I absolutely love that. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any other comments. Eunice has a comment here as well. She said, remember when you said, God, do something or I will, his grace and his guidance helped you. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wanted to ask you, Jess, talking about love, right? And remembering that, well, it's not only about, another individual or another human, definitely it being something, a relationship with God that I'm absolutely all for. I wanted to ask you, how do you practice self-love today? Like in this new season that you're in, how do you practice self-love?
Forgiving myself.
Oh,
I practice self-love by taking care of myself. Feeling pretty, doing some effort. And I think that is the least important one of them all.
mm,
Just focusing on your relationship with yourself,
ooh,
being okay, without needing anybody else to be okay. You can be okay
ooh,
with just yourself.
ooh,
And I think just being positive and kind to
yeah.
myself is a very good way that I practice self-love now.
Oh, I love that. You said forgiving yourself. And I think for me, that is such a big thing. Because I mean, we obviously are taught that we must forgive other people. But I sometimes feel like we're not taught enough that we need to also be practicing self-forgiveness, right? And I can imagine coming out of that type of relationship, there's quite a bit of self-forgiveness that has to take place, right?
It took a while, I'm not gonna lie. It took quite a few years for me, and I then realized that that was why I could not forgive other people, because I've not yet forgiven myself, because I was the one, in my mind, I was the one who let it happen for so long. And I let all those things happen because I didn't, I allowed it. And that was one thing that I struggled with a lot. But the moment that I actually could forgive myself, it became a lot easier to forgive other people as well.
I love that. Oh, okay. Your sister, she says she's always making everyone else also feel self-love. Like she hypes up everyone. She is always so kind. Bianca, I believe that because she does that every day in the live in our community. So she does that every day, always hyping other people up. So Bianca, yeah, we know. We absolutely know. That's why we love Jess. So we are very well aware. Oh, okay, absolutely love that. I wanted to ask you, what boundaries do you put in place to protect your peace?
I would say, not surrounding myself with anybody who attacks my peace. Um, Avoiding confrontation. I don't like conflict. I don't like when people get loud with me. I don't like being shouted at. I don't like being cursed at. I don't want that, and I'm not going to allow that. And I also think, just my no is my no, my
I
yes is
love
my
that.
yes, and if I can't do anything about that, then that's just it.
I love
And
that.
also, not having people in my life where I can't talk about my religion, my Christianity with,
Mm,
because and feeling like I need to walk on eggshells before I, when I mention the name Jesus,
yes.
I don't want to be around people who, it's like this big deal, like don't do
Yes.
that, don't say that. I can't
Yeah.
do that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think one boundary is I just really started getting wise about who I surround myself with.
Ooh. Mm. I love that. I think that is yeah, no, absolutely. We've got to use discernment, hey, and we've got to be wise about who we surrounding ourselves with. So I absolutely, absolutely love that. Jess, if there was someone who is listening to this, right? Someone who maybe is in a relationship that's really not great, right? What advice would you say to them? Maybe they sort of like, how do they even begin in terms of, leave? What could you say to them?
I would say to them that I know that fear of, not having anybody out there for you, the fear
Mm,
of failure, the fear of not
mm,
being good enough, outside of those, I'm gonna say walls, but I mean like
yeah.
figurative walls,
Yes.
that they put you in. I just think that they should know that there are people out there who really care. Probably
Yep.
most of your family will care, when you
Yes.
come back. Nobody is going to be angry at you if you
Oh,
leave and you come back to them.
yeah.
They will be waiting for you with open arms. There are
Yes.
systems in the healthcare system, that are there, people who are put in place to help you get through this, and you are not alone. It's not that thing that you have in your head right now where I don't have anyone. It's not
Oh,
true. There are loads of sources everywhere, even now more than back when I left. So I just think that people need to realize that there are help. There is help. There are sources of help everywhere around you, and somebody, will be there for you.
I love that. Oh, I absolutely love that. I love that. Okay, JP saying here is her other cousin, my brother. Oh, nice. I love that. Is that Raymond? Hi, Raymond. Oh, that is so awesome. I absolutely love that. Guys, if you do have any questions for Jess, if there's anything that you want to ask her, especially because we know her, right? Especially if you're a regular in my lives in the morning and you're used to seeing Jess in the chat, please drop your questions here and we can ask. I think Eunice had another question earlier on. I might have missed it. Just give me a seckie, Jess. Let me just quickly go back. Where was that? I think I saw a question. I might have missed it, and unless it wasn't. But I love what you're just saying, right? You said something for me that really sort of hit home was that people might be in like that type of relationship and they might feeling like they're not good enough outside of those walls. Sure. Right. And geez, I hope if anybody here happens to be in that type of relationship, I hope that you hear what Jess is saying. Dumelo says, look at the family support that Jess is talking about. I am loving it. Absolutely. You also
I
mentioned
also want
something,
to
Jess, that
ask,
oh yeah, go for it.
if you feel like it's not that bad because it's not physical, or they're not hitting me, they're not pushing me, and you feel like that is not enough reason then to leave, that is also wrong, because emotional, mental, spiritual, and financial abuse, which was all the ones that I got, that more than physical, and it's just as
Sure.
damaging, hurts you just as much, if not worse. For if somebody to take away your money or your working
Yes.
privileges, not
Yes.
allowing you to stable on your own, or somebody attacking your spirituality, like your religion
Yes.
and what you
Yes.
believe, and somebody attacking your mental state and your
Mm,
emotional state, telling you you're too sensitive. That's not that much different in damages than it is to
yeah.
be hurt physically. So it's not true that they're not hitting me. It's not that bad. It is that bad. It is that
Oh.
bad.
I actually thank you for touching on that, Jace. The fact that abuse is not always physical, that it can be, you know what I mean? Exactly what you said, the spiritual, the emotional, the financial. And sometimes we forget about that. So I'm so glad that you actually you touched on that. I see there's a question from Eunice. Just give me a second, or I feel like I'm missing half of your question, Eunice. Just give me a second. Eunice says, I think she was saying something and then she ended off the sentence because I feel like I'm missing the top part because she's like, why did you allow all the things you once did? But I think she must have been saying something else. That I'm sorry that I missed it. Helene says, Mommy is so proud of you for how far you've come from that very skinny girl I got back. Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh, that is so beautiful. And Raymond is saying, love you lots like Jelly Tots. So proud of the woman you have become. Listen,
Thank
Jess's
you.
family, this support is beautiful. I think this is this is so beautiful. And I think I love what you're saying because you're saying that sometimes people get in this type of relationship, right? And then they feel like their family is going to be mad at them when they come out. And this is so beautiful to see that no, that's actually not the case. Your family wants the absolute best for you, right? Oh, I love this, love
Especially
this.
if you are in the relationship and now because of that person you are, hurting your family through whatever you do or what you say, they don't hold that against you. They're not going to be mad at you. They know that it's not you, it's not out of really your own inside that you are, doing or saying things that you don't really mean.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's sort of it's almost like unconditional love from family. Hey, almost like you don't realize it until you get into a situation and you're like, yo, oh man, I absolutely love that.
Probably just waiting for you to come home. So yeah.
Oh, I love that. They probably just can't wait for you to get home. I absolutely love that. Oh, so guys, just remember if you do have a question for Jess, you are more than welcome to pop it in here. Um, and she will definitely answer that for us. So, Jess, I wanted to also ask you in this new season. Oh, okay, wait. Nkosazana. Nkosazana says, if you need help, where can you go, especially free places? That's a very good question. Oh, that's a very good question.
All of my medical help that I got was from government clinics.
Oh, wow.
I went to
Okay.
a government clinic. Just need to maybe find out which one closest to you, has the resources of psychiatry and psychology, but most of them do.
Yes.
And you just, maybe your central clinic that you have in the central part of the town, you can go
Yes.
there and they will help you.
I love that.
And it does
Um,
cost a thing.
I
Free.
love that. I love that you also, the fact that you're saying that just your government clinic, right? Because I think a lot of the times we think like, oh no, you only have to go to a private place to get help. So I love that you've mentioned that. Your mom says took a lot of prayer. Uh, Eunice says, thanks, guys. This was awesome. Thank you, Jess, for taking this step and sharing it. You are worthy. Oh, she absolutely is. There's no doubt about it, right? There's absolutely no doubt about it. And then, Jess, I know that you still doing nails, right?
I'm not doing nails
Oh,
at
you're
the
not?
moment,
Okay, you're not at the moment. Okay.
but I am fully trained and I'm hoping to one day pick that up again.
Okay, nice. So what are you busy with now? What in this season? You're in such a beautiful space, right? Such a beautiful place. I think in terms of, mentally, emotionally, this amazing family support that you have. So I'm just sort of curious, what are you busy with this year, right? That you'd like to tell us
Yeah,
about?
I'm gonna start working again. I'm looking for work again because I've not worked in 7, 10 years. I've not
Sure.
worked in 2 years,
Okay.
because the three with my in that relationship, I was not allowed to work, and then the healing after that, the last 7 years was, just focusing on getting myself better. Um, but yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready
I
now
love that.
for
I
bigger.
love that. And your mom says art. What art is your mom talking about that we don't
Yeah,
know about?
I'm gonna start pursuing my art again because I've not, drawn or painted in a long time, and I used to really love that
Oh,
when I
wow.
was young.
Oh,
Really, that
nice.
was
Oh, nice. Okay, love that. Absolutely love that for you. And then, Jess, obviously, if people want more of you, they can obviously, you guys can follow Jess if you would love some more of Jess. I know I want more of Jess. So be sure to give Jess a follow, right?
If
Um,
you need help and you need somebody to talk to, you can DM me,
I love
and
that.
you can jump into my DMs and say like, listen, I need help, and I will help as far as I can, or I will show
Oh,
you to somebody who
oh, absolutely, absolutely love that, Jess. There's Jess and her big heart.
can.
If you guys have just joined us, I am chatting to our very own Jess. I always say our Jess because I feel like she belongs to the community. Nkosazana Charmaine, she says, I'm so happy for this information. Yeah. You know, Jess, I'm a strong believer that everything we go through, we don't go through it in vain, and we don't go through it just for ourselves. I don't think there's anything that we go through it just so God can say, yeah, just, I think that everything we go through is so that we can turn around and help the next person. So I think by you sharing your story and by you sharing where you are now, how you got here now, this beautiful place that you're in now, I definitely believe that this is helping somebody out there. I think that it's so beautiful. Someone is looking at you right now and saying, oh my gosh, you know what? If she could get out of this type of relationship, then I can also get out of this type of relationship.
Yeah,
Dumelo,
from
Dumelo, she says, oh yeah, go
no
for it.
shape, no form, or no condition that you are in right now, if you are in such a relationship or you are in that place, doesn't matter what you look like, what you feel like, what you behave like, what you are on, what you are doing that you're not supposed to be doing. It can get better. I was like 39 kgs when I left him, and now I am 60. So
Oh,
it's the whole transformation. I was very, very, very shy and very into
yes,
my shell, after leaving him. It was
yes.
a lot, and people scared me, and now I go into places all by myself. So
Oh, I love that. I love that. I absolutely this. I love that you also use the word transformation because I believe that's exactly what this is, right? Dumelo's asking you a question. Dumelo says, Jess, what's your next steps or plans from here on?
well, I'm hoping to, reach more people. I'm
Love
hoping
this.
to pursue my singing as well and my
Oh,
art.
yes, of course. We know you in the you in the choir. You love to sing.
I think, just being more out there, living my life, and finally, achieving the things that I was very, very scared of doing not too long ago, and just, becoming more like Jesus, I guess.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. I love that. I almost forgot about your singing because I mean we know that obviously the choir at church, so we know that you love to sing. Okay, Eunice says, what is your ideal job opportunity that you would like?
I'd like to work somewhere creative. So it doesn't
Oh,
really matter where, but
yes.
any place that I can, show my creativity, or, work with kids. I think that was also a very big passion
Oh,
of mine for a long time, and I still love kids a lot.
yeah.
So, some, I guess, just a job that, gives me purpose, makes me, feel like it's more than just a job.
I love that. Okay, definitely. But listen, there is definitely something for you out there. So I would definitely be on some, just keep believing and affirming that there absolutely is the right opportunity for you. That is a perfect match, right, for your talents and for your gifts. So there's no doubt about it. And I'm really excited for you and excited for what this year holds. You said something earlier on about obviously when you were in that previous relationship, how you were hiding and now you've come out of your shell. And I'm like, thank God you came out of your shell. Otherwise, we would be deprived of knowing you, right? And we love you. So I'm like, yay, I'm so glad you came out of your shell, and you're just blossoming. And may you continue to just blossom.
Oh,
Oh, your uncle as well. I love this.
yeah, thank you.
I absolutely love this. Your mom said Eunice mentioned she can help you. So maybe, Eunice, will you DM Jess?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
please, Eunice, will you DM Jess, or Jess, will you just DM Eunice? Is that your uncle, Bracken Jan 007? Is that? Hello, I absolutely, absolutely love this. Just love seeing the family, love seeing everybody supporting you. Yeah. Oh man, Jess, I'm just so yeah. Everybody just has a story to share, right? Every single person that you come into contact with, and I mean, here you are, someone that we come into contact with, someone that we see in our life, you know what I mean, in the live every single day. So just hearing your story and hearing how you've overcome, I feel inspired. And I think that anybody listening to this, listening to your story also, without a doubt, is feeling inspired. Yes?
I just want to tell everybody, like, be patient with yourself, be kind with
Oh,
yourself, because 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4 goes on to say, love is patient, love is kind, and it it takes no it has no record of wrongs, and that's forgiveness. So it doesn't just mean being patient and being kind to others, but it also means being patient and kind to yourself.
I love that. I love that. And I think, yeah, especially during this month of love, the biggest thing, right, is remembering to also love ourselves. I love that you've just said that about being patient and kind with yourself, and choosing yourself, right, at the end of the day, which is actually what you've done with your story, right? And
You can't love anybody if you don't love
oof,
yourself. It's very hard to give out love if you don't have love for you, because if you don't even know what love feels like for yourself, you don't really know what love would be like for somebody else. And if you don't know how to communicate love to yourself, you won't be able to communicate it to anybody else.
oh, I love that. I love that. Nkosazana Charmaine, she says, this was an eye opener for me. Nkosazana, thank you for giving us that feedback. So you see, Jess, the other thing to remember, Jess, that obviously when you go live, there are people that will comment and say, oh my gosh, this was an eye opener. And then there's other people that are watching. They actually may not be commenting, but they may definitely feel that, oh my gosh, they are inspired by your story. So I don't want you, I don't want you to forget that. I don't want you to, you know what I mean? You remember, like, you're in a beautiful season. This is a beautiful story. Yeah, and I'm wishing you like all the very best from here, you know what I mean, from here on out.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Jess, I know that you have a hunk in your life, right? So I know that you have someone special in your life. Is he at the farm today?
Yeah, he's working still. I think he's already on his way home, but I think
Okay,
he's
nice.
just a little bit late. I don't even know if he's here yet because the door is closed, and I told him not to come in if he
Ah,
comes. So
so you told him not to come in. Oh, I
yeah, I
love
don't want
that.
to disturb the peace in here. So you
Yeah.
can watch this after.
Oh, love this, love this. I love the fact that you are in a beautiful relationship, right? I mean, you've told us you're very happy with your hunk, your man, and I love that for you. So I love the fact that yes, you've been in a dark place in terms of relationship, but like you are glowing, and you are in a beautiful new relationship. So I think it's very important for anybody, right, who could be listening to this, who is in that sort of dark place. That oh my gosh, there's you just there's so much waiting for you outside
There
of
is a
that.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life waiting for you outside of that little box that you are being put in, and outside of the abuse. And a lot of the times we think in when we are in that state, we think that there's nobody else who's gonna love us, nobody
Oh,
else is gonna want us, but that's
yeah.
just not true because he got me when I was at my most broken, and he loved me until I was better, and he still loves me. And
Oh,
he never threw it in my face. He never held it over my head. He never reminded me of the things that I may, have done or said to him that may have hurt him when I was, so angry, and bleeding onto him with
yeah.
cuts, that he didn't make. He never reminded me of any of
Oh,
those things. Yeah,
that's
there is
beautiful.
somebody out there that can love you if you are willing, or if you want love. You don't need it, but if you
Yeah.
if you are willing, you are open to it. Just make sure that it is love, and it's not just wanting to feel loved. Don't settle just because you are lonely, or you think you can't be alone, or you need
Oh,
somebody. Make sure that it is out of real love.
I love
My
that.
mom said,
Yeah, your mom is confirming. Your mom agrees. She says he is a sweetheart. So I love that. I love that for you, Jess. I love the season that you're in. Love that you're in a healthy relationship. So what you're describing, it sounds so healthy. It sounds so good. I love that you also reminded us not to settle. All the
yes.
single ladies. Did you hear
Just
that?
because I'm in a happy relationship doesn't mean that you need to settle just for anybody
Mm,
just because you want that to. Um, Patience is a virtue, and you can wait if you need to wait. Just pray about it, so that if the right man comes along, that it's from God and not from yourself.
Oh, absolutely love it. Your sister. She says he also never keeps her away from her family. Sure, I was actually just thinking that that must be very important, right? And I'm sure that like when you're in a dark space or you're in an abusive relationship, that would be one of the first red flags, right? The fact that the person is keeping you away from your family.
Point, in that ex relationship, my family didn't know where I was, to the
Sure,
point where they went onto Facebook and social media to try to find out, put posts on like missing persons, saying that they haven't heard from me for quite a while. And
sure.
yeah, with this man, it's just been the opposite. He's got me there whenever I need them, whenever they need me, whenever I just want to go. He brings me to my family all the time.
I love that. Oh man, love that. Love that for you. Love that for you. Healthy, happy relationship, a glowing, beautiful Jess. I see your mom. I absolutely love this for you. Guys, let me know if you've got any more questions for our gorgeous Jess. Talita, I see that you're here as well. Love, 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 love to see it. Love to see it. So while we wait for a couple more questions, I definitely want to say, like, I thank God the day that you and I cross paths on a live. I love having you in my lives every single morning. Oh,
So positive, and yeah, it's very nice, and that's why I kept on watching. I was like, whoa, who is this? I need me more of this.
you know what that means? It means that you and I were on the same frequency. We're in the same WhatsApp group. Yes, that's what that means. Talita, oh, thank you. Jess is looking extra beautiful. I think this is a treat for us, especially those that are used to the lives, right? Because we don't actually see you in the live. We hear you because you're always chatting in the live, but it's so beautiful to see you, right? So this is really special to me. This is like a really special interview and a really special chat, Jess. And I'm so glad that you suggested
This is
it.
not something that I would have done like 2 years ago. You would not have got me on the live, but I'm very very glad that I'm here and I did it.
Love this. And hopefully, maybe it'll spark some ideas in you, Jess. You never know. Maybe, hey, you never know what ideas it might spark in you and, where this might take you, right? Oh, alrighty, guys. I think that we are close to wrapping it up, but it's been so beautiful. I loved having you here as a guest.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. And I mean, you know me, I think the community, we just love you. We appreciate you. You always lifting people up in the comments. You know what I mean? You always just have that positive outlook, positive mindset that we just love and appreciate about you. Your sister, she says, I love the confidence Jess got. It's inspiring for me. Look at that. You're even inspiring your sister. I love that. I absolutely, absolutely love that.
Thank you. And I'm so glad that I got this opportunity. So thank you for this opportunity. It was very nice and I actually quite enjoyed it. And
Yay. And
sharing my story and my testimony, and I hope that it got to inspire some people and bring hope to some people, and just let someone know out there who's going through a rough time in that sense, that they don't need to be there if they don't want to be there anymore. And if it gets to the point where you are not like, when it goes to like, I want to leave, to
yeah.
I need to leave, you should leave. Just do it.
I love that. Just do it. And essentially just choose yourself, right? Because that's what you've done in all of this. You've chosen yourself. Oh, absolutely love this. Alrighty, guys. I think we're going to call it, but it's been a really good chat. So glad, Jess, that we did this, and here's to many more. Hopefully, we'll get to do this again, and check in where you're at and what's happening. I'm not going to say bye because I feel like I see you every day.
It's still later,
Yeah,
tomorrow. Oh, not
yeah.
tomorrow, but Monday. Okay.
Monday. Oh, on Monday, yeah. I see your mom. Your mom says you were great. Oh, I absolutely love this. And to Jess's family, the entire family that is here, I wanted to say thank you all for being here. And yeah, thank you for sharing your Jess with us. And thank you for all the support also, right?
You were great. You were great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so beautiful to see this you know what I mean, to see this, yeah, just to see your family backing you and supporting you. It's so beautiful, so wholesome, so good. uh all right, TikTok is asking me if I'm human. That usually means I've
Oh,
probably gone over time. Let me just verify that I'm human. Okay, awesome stuff. So guys, I hope oh, sorry guys, I think I didn't do it properly. There we go. So I wanted to say to everybody that is watching us, thank you so much for joining this conversation with myself and Jess. I have no doubt that everyone has heard something that they can walk away with. And Nkosazana, she says, Jess, thank you for sharing your story. Just showed me that I need to do some self-introspection. Oh, Nkosazana, I'm so glad that you're right, that you heard what you needed to hear from Jess's story.
you do
So
what you need to help yourself and to make things better for yourself. You do it. Just do it.
absolutely, absolutely. I agree with Jess 110%. So, guys, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for the interactions. We really appreciate it. Yeah, and I hope that everybody has a beautiful rest of your Valentine's Day and Valentine's week. And also just remember to, of course, Valentine's is about choosing or hopefully celebrating love with other people, but you can also choose yourself, like Jess has done in her story. You know,
Go on a
so
date with yourself. Take yourself for dinner.
exactly.
Have some wine. Have some delicious food. Do something for you.
I love that. I love that. Jess has just given us some good advice. So yeah, Jess, thanks again, babes. And I will see you again on Monday as per usual, right?
100%.
Love that, love that. Alrighty, guys. So I'll be back on Monday, regular time, 6:45 for all of the regulars. And if you're very new and it's the first time that you are joining me in a live, I do go live Monday to Friday, 6:45. So that's where you'll find me. And Jess is always there. So that's where you'll find Jess too.
Yes.
Alrighty, guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, everyone. Jess, sending you so much
Bye.
love.
Thank
Alrighty.
you. Love you too. Bye.
Bye bye. JP,
Bye.
bye. Bye, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Dumelo, thank you so much for joining. Have a good
Thank
one,
you. Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.